It's early morning, pre-dawn, in fact. Monroe County. I'm the philosopher pirate, and this is Florida at Large. I've been under the weather for a couple days, checking my temperature. I also check my blood oxygen saturation, like what is that, oximeter. I don't know. I'm off the grid right now. I'm not going to check the internet to see what what's going on there, but trusty desk. I'm here in a parking lot in Key West. Just brewed some coffee. And before I get to my subject, which is kind of vital to my self micro camping existence, I noticed some individual in their vehicle emptying their trash. Now, I have some trash on my floor. As soon as I see a recycling container, I'm going to get rid of that and a couple other items. But that's kind of what I do because I'm stealth micro camper. I'm traveling, and mustache out of the way for the coffee. I'm traveling, and there's trash receptacles, there's recycling receptacles everywhere. But this person, I looked at him funny. I didn't say anything because it's pre-dawn. I don't want somebody to think I'm trying to cost them or something in the darkness. It's not even twilight yet, or maybe a little bit twilight. I don't know. It might be astronomical. By the way, there's 3 levels of twilight. Familiar, nautical, astronomical. Some people call it nautical naval, and then there's civil twilight. So it's all based on like 6, 12, 18 degrees, something like that, when the Earth is approaching sunrise or the aftermath of good word aftermath, the aftermath of sunset. The day has come to its end. But anyways, this individual basically justified emptying all the trash in the cart because of the price of groceries. So they felt, well, they've gouged me on groceries. They can pay to remove my trash. Okay. This is the problem I have, folks, with that. We have politicians and so forth that have done some pretty unethical, illegal things. There was a lot of pardons in the last few administrations. I mean, it's astronomical. I mean, 10,000 pardons or in I think the last 3 presidencies. I mean, I don't mean to talk about national politics, but even at state level, I could name some individuals. I kind of started my whole thing with corrupt politics with Rick Scott and some other individuals. And not that Rick Scott did anything particularly wrong in this case, but he was involved in that whole golf course and, in the parks and stuff when he was, when he was governor of this great state of Florida. But getting back to my situation, and there's no justification in it. Don't complain about these politicians being greedy and stuff when you're being a pig. I'm looking at a shopping cart over there, and I'm not going to show it on the video. But the whole bottom layer is covered with someone else's trash that could have easily been placed in a recycling bin or a garbage can. But this individual is resentful because the prices of groceries are so high. So they're justifying punishing, in this case, it's Winn-Dixie. It could be Publix or any other grocery. They're punishing them with having an employee having to remove that. Now, the employee is going to be less happy with their work because they're having to touch someone else's trash when they merely were gathering carts. Okay, this is, and by the way, it wasn't even placed back in a cart return area. It was just left in the middle of a parking space. And the person was ready to drive away, and they knew they were doing something. The engine was already started. They were all ready to go, had all their groceries packed, and then they throw the garbage in, then they drive off. Piss, I guess, of their miserable life because the grocery prices are so high, and they are high. But that's not the grocery store's fault. That's inflation. Inflation is out of control, and that's because of increasing the money supply. Currency has been, money, fiat, whatever you want to call it. It has been drastically increased. The dollar today, if I'm not mistaken, is worth about 27 cents on the $19. $19.90, I'm sorry. $19.90. 27 cents, I think I read the other day. Okay, and who cares if it's 30 cents or if it's 31 cents or if it's 26 cents? That's a tremendous change in our spending power, and have your wages increased that much since the 90s? If your wages have not increased twofold or threefold since the 90s, you're losing. So I understand this person's standpoint, but why punish some individual who's making a little bit above minimum wage? Well, here in Key West, they're probably getting paid an hour, but they're collecting carts. They're not. $17 an hour sounds like a great pay, and it would be a great pay in the 1990s. But in today's world, it doesn't rent a place here in Key West. Anyways, I'm going to be doing a whole series of videos on my situation. My work has really remote tech work, and there's this big trend to cut back on it. Elon Musk and a lot of other people throwing their names out there, this, that, get back to the office and all that stuff. Well, I think who's behind this is the people that have real estate, because all these big office buildings are empty. So what do you do with them? You can't really convert them into housing because they're not electrically and plumbing equipped for housing. Housing requires a lot more energy. Stoves, dryers, and other high energy appliances. And those, offices are designed to run office equipment. Maybe a coffee maker. Well, we have some alarms sounding here. Those are my usual wake up alarms. I've not been sleeping well lately. Oh gosh, folks, I apologize. My studio light here was the one alarming. And there you can see a rooster in the background. This is, and I think the rooster heard the alarm because now the rooster thinks I'm going to feed him. But unfortunately, I'm not allowed to do that. It's against the law here. I actually try to abide by the law. But anyways, we got these office buildings and so forth. But anyways, this whole movement has been displacing people that are remote workers, so it's creating more competition for me. Also, this big H-1B, HB1, whatever the heck it is, the visas, the H-class visas were supposed to be for the elite, migrant workers, whatever you want to call them. Anyways, you got a lot of Indians and Indonesians and then Sri Lankans, and I'm going to leave a lot of countries out of it, but they're coming to this country and working, and employers are able to pay them less. They'll work for less because they often are provided housing as well. This is the big thing that nobody wants to talk about. They're provided housing by these employers, and then they pay them less. And then these people, they do spend some of their money in the United States. Obviously, they have to buy groceries and stuff, and they'll go out and eat every once in a while, spend it in a restaurant. But they send a lot of the money home. So that money is not being spent in the United States of America. They are sending the money back home. Remittance is the term. That money is going back home. So anyways, it's made it very difficult for me to find work. This has been going on since September, and I'm struggling. I will admit it. My stealth micro-camping is struggling. That's why I haven't been shooting the videos, because I have been spending all of my time looking for work and trying to do work at much lower pay than what I'm accustomed to. And it's become very difficult. And so all of these policies and all this stuff that a lot of people are rah-rahing, yeah, we need to get the Indians out of this country. Well, it's making it worse for me. All of this political stuff is making it worse for me. And I understand. I'm not blaming the current administration or the previous administration or the people that are complaining or the people that are happy that these people have to go back to the office. But you know what? People like me who were, not essentially comfortable, we're being punished by all of this. Okay? I'm a victim, and I don't mind. I'm not ashamed of saying I'm a victim. People say, "Oh, you should never call yourself." Well, I am a victim in this case because I didn't cause any of this. I didn't bring it upon myself and then claim victimhood. That's the difference. If someone brings a bunch of stuff upon themselves and then claim victimhood, well then, yeah, they're wrong. But if somebody has all these circumstances, now that's my alarm. Now, this is a great alarm, by the way. This alarm is based on. It's based on 40 minutes. That's what I have it set for. 40 minutes prior to sunrise. And that's basically around the beginning of twilight, which I'm starting to see the light in the horizon now. And it's a great alarm. I'm going to do a little bit of a show, maybe a short on that. But that's my alarm. So you can see I actually rose. I can't sleep. My mind is going crazy because I need work. And if any of you can help me with donations, that would be fantastic. Those have dried up too. The donations that I was receiving steadily at the beginning, I was getting $5 a day, sometimes 10, sometimes 7. You know, it was helping me keep the thing going by paying for fuel and everything. Those stopped right around the election. Right when the election was starting to get hot, the presidential election, that stopped. Something's happening in this country. And, and I've had a fever for a couple of days, but, I just took my temperature and it really didn't read anything, just honestly, 1 degree Fahrenheit. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to go swimming ocean right now because it's 60s. That wouldn't be smart to, stress my body. But I'm gonna, I'm a little bit nasally. My eyes are burning a little, feverish, a little nauseous. Got a cold or flu or maybe the latest COVID or bird flu, swine flu. I don't know. Whatever's going around. I don't think it was foodborne, but it could be. Who knows? Anyways, I'm in a mess. And compound my mess, I also have storage issues. One of my storage units changed hands. Another one, the building's falling apart. So I had to make some emergency moves. It basically over Christmas, I haven't uploaded the videos yet because I haven't had time to edit them because editing takes a lot of time. And I've been busy searching for work and doing work at basically, folks, I mean, honest, below minimum wage here in the United States. I've been working. I'm taking whatever I can get that gets me quick cash so that I can pay bills because, honestly, I'm in a mess. And again, I'm not ashamed to say it. This whole political turn and also the economic turn, I think inflation is finally catching up with everyone because savings are depleted. Their retirements are worth a fraction of what they were before. Unless your retirement is tripled, your retirement account is tripled. Since the 1990s, if you've had an account that long, if you're that well, good health and old enough, then you're losing. You're losing, folks. If your retirement has only, if it's doubled, you're still losing. Okay? Your retirement had to have quadrupled since the 90s for you to be ahead. Don't listen to this. Oh, you're gaining 3% a year. Well, inflation is a lot more than 3% a year based on what we're seeing. So if you're, your retirement account, they're all lying to you. Okay? The currency has been dramatically increased. For what reason? I don't really fathom. I could conjecture and talk about, foreign policy and global dominance and all these big words. And I've read a lot of interesting, but you know what? No one really knows. They're just all guessing. They throw the theories out there, write books, they sell the books, they make some money selling the books. But what, we really don't know. Anyways, I'm going to be doing a series on the torture situation, and I truly mean that, of my storage, because storage is very important because I'm actually tech homeless. I'm technical boondocking. This is my home. This is my office. And I can work wherever I'm at, which should make me valuable to individuals out there. And if somebody in the state of Florida, you have some computer issues, you need some tech work, I'll be happy to come visit you. You don't have to worry about providing housing. It's right here. And I'm very good at what I do. VPNs and so forth. I'll be more than happy to travel to you. If you want me to shoot a video to make a story about it, I'll do that. If not, I'll keep it all low key. I can aim the camera whatever direction I want. Shoot the video wherever I'm parked. I don't need to. I don't have a studio, and that's why the editing has to be done right here on my my various laptops. But I'm kind of a prisoner right now. I'm locked out of one of my storage units because they changed hands and they're refusing to allow me access without signing a contract. Well, they've screwed me out of basically the way I calculate. Now it's $1,700 to $2,000 in that range. That they've caused me lost work, missed appointments, wasted time, and for instance, I can't access my tools because they won't let me in the unit unless I sign a new contract, and the new contract precludes me from suing them, basically recovering the losses that occurred because of them pulling their chicanery. And I'm going to go into that in detail in another video. I don't want to make this one go too long, but I'm a little bit what's happening to me, and that's why you haven't seen me And there's my throat, sore throat too. That's why you haven't seen me. So I'm sick on top of it. You know what though? I'm working today. It's a non-tech job. Basically, I want to get specific about it because I need to ask people permission. But it's basically getting some assets ready for sale. So basically, I'm doing some cleaning, and that asset could be a vessel, a vehicle, piece of real estate. But that's kind of what I'm doing. And it's just little stuff, but it's important. But honestly, it doesn't pay very much, and that's why I'm struggling. And honestly, if you can help me out, I mean, if you provide a means of contact, whether in stealth or in the open, with a donation, I'll consider it a loan. And when I turn all this around, and I will, then we'll because I've got a lot of things in the works, and I just don't want to get too specific in one video because I can talk for 8 hours about this whole mess. But no one's going to watch an 8-hour video. Anyways, I better leave it at that. But I just want an introduction. I'll be doing a daily, hopefully daily, about the storage disaster that I'm currently ongoing, and we'll go from there. I don't want to mention any names yet. I'm going to give a chance. I'm going to force them out. Basically, these corporate FUDs in New York are ignoring me, and I know they are because telephone call and I spoke with, and none of the information that I provided them in previous communications, whether in writing or verbally, through regular old-fashioned letters or emails, has been attached to my. It's actually a company file. So what does that tell you? This company doesn't know what they're doing, or they're doing it on matter because, and I'm not happy. I'm gonna go after them, and not in a violent way. This is not Luigi speaking, but I am not happy. I'm not happy at all. Sound like a movie cliche, but they have. I don't want to use the word PO'd or whatever because a lot of different people, even children, watch my. I see the statistics, the analytics of Google, but the wrong guy. You shoved around the wrong guy because now I'm going to do everything I can to shame you because you're, as far as I can tell, a bunch of crooks. Prove me otherwise. Prove me wrong. But I don't think they can do it. Anyways, it is now twilight. I can see the Monroe County. Early morning. I'm the Philosopher Pirate, and this is Florida at Large.